Welcome back to my channel for a super short Leica episode. And some time back I posted a video about a comparison between the Leica SL2 and the Leica SL2-S. But since then a lot of things have changed based on firmware upgrades, and in this video I will provide all the differences between these two cameras in 5 minutes. Let's kick this off. In the last years, I did shoot a lot with the Leica SL2. It's one of my most favorite cameras at all times. By the way, currently here mounted is the Sigma 35mm widest open f1.2, which I will review in the next weeks. And this is one of the best cameras in the world, in my opinion. And let's have a look into a few sample images I shot with that camera, and then let's go straight away into a side-by-side comparison of the Leica SL2 with the Leica SL2-S, which, as I said, I have here in the Reporter Special Edition. Comparing the specifications of the SL2-S and the SL2 side by side, the first data point is a different price tag. On the SL2 you pay about $7,000, on the SL2-S it's significantly cheaper, you pay $5,200, and if you wanted to have the Reporter version it's $300 on top of it. Then on this first page of the specifications, the only difference we can spot here is a difference in buffer memory, and because the Leica SL2-S has a lower resolution and therefore a smaller file size, you have much more headroom on buffer memory. On the next page we have the sensor differences. We have in both cases full frame sensors, but the SL2-S has 24 megapixel and the SL2 has 47 megapixel. That has consequences, of course, on the file size, and I just mentioned that we have a significantly smaller file size on the Leica SL2-S than what we have on the Leica SL2, which is enabling the better buffer memory and headroom you have in terms of shooting burst series. Then on the video side we have exactly the same video frame rates, resolution, codecs, what have you. The only difference is that on the SL2 you can shoot up to 5K and on the SL2-S you are restricted to 4K, and that's good enough because that's the standard. Next page of specifications, no differences at all. We have the same viewfinder, same LCD panel, same shutter, same focusing method, same exposure metering method, but based on the experience I have from my few days with the Leica SL2-S in video mode and in continuous shooting, tracking and generally autofocus tracking is a bit more snappy and a bit quicker on the SL2-S, again based on the lower resolution and the smaller file size if you go for burst shooting. Last page of specifications, again no difference. We have exactly the same specifications, so that at the very end the differences between these two cameras can be summarized as follows. The SL2-S is better in low light performance because we have the same sensor size but we have a lower resolution, and of course, and that's very important, we have a backside illuminated sensor. And the SL2 has the higher resolution, will enable higher print dimensions, but today with sophisticated software in AI you can enhance a 24 megapixel resolution easily to a 40 to 50 megapixel resolution without a lot of differences in quality. Then we have better handheld shooting on long exposures on the Leica SL2-S, and of course they have both the same in-body image stabilization, which gives you a gain of 5.5 stops, but with a higher resolution it's typically harder to shoot longer exposures handhold and you have to work a bit more precise. That's why also here the SL2-S is superior. The SL2-S in my opinion is the ideal camera for reportage and street photography because you don't need more than 24 megapixel if you want to document something, if you travel to a country or you are in reportage photography. The Leica SL2 on the flip side of the coin is the most universal camera in my opinion Leica is currently offering and is ideal for landscape and detailed scenes. The SL2-S is an excellent companion for shooting Leica M lenses, and I hear this in the community from time to time that Leica M shooters have a second body which is the SL2-S and then they mount with the adapter M lenses, and go and shoot with it. On the Leica SL2 you can also very well work with Leica M lenses, and you can also work with Leica S lenses. Of course you could also do that on the Leica SL2-S, but on the SL2 it makes in particular sense because you have that high resolution, which is nicely carried over by Leica S lenses, which are calculated for medium format and therefore have a larger image circle. The Leica SL2-S is in my opinion the best Leica camera for sports and action, and also the SL2-S and the SL2 have the same autofocus system, the same capabilities in terms of tracking. My experience is that the SL2-S is a bit more snappy, a bit quicker, likely based on a lower resolution and therefore less data to process. Both cameras, by the way, have the same Maestro 3 processor, which is not here in my bullets, and they also have therefore the same capabilities in terms of calculations and processing. The Leica SL2-S, again for the reason I just mentioned, is in my opinion the best Leica camera for videography, and the Leica SL2 is good for video and you can go for a higher resolution, but it has a slightly slower autofocus tracking as I just mentioned. And then we have of course on both cameras the multi-shot mode, and that enables super high resolution shootings, and on the SL2-S you can go up to 96 megapixel and on the SL2 187 megapixel, and that is of course nice. And if you compare the multi-shot option on the SL camera system with multi-shot we have on other camera brands, in the Leica world it really works, and I will post a video in the next weeks where you will clearly see this. And then we have last but not least a larger pixel pitch on the Leica SL2-S, which again helps you in low light because you have the same sensor area on both cameras, but on the SL2-S you have on the same area significantly less pixel. That means the pixel pitch is much higher, and that of course also enables a better shooting in low light and with higher ISO. And that's basically all. These are the differences, and now you have to make your choice which camera is for you, and I think I provided all the data points which are important for that decision-making process. The Leica SL2-S is still comparably new to me. I mean, I posted a couple of videos on that camera, but this is the first one I own myself, the Leica SL2-S in the Reporter edition. And I will post a video about shooting this camera with the Upper Summicron 75mm in the SL lens portfolio, which is widest open f2.0 in the next week, so stay tuned if you don't want to miss that video. If you liked my ultra short comparison between the Leica SL2 and the Leica SL2-S here in the special Reporter edition, then please don't forget to drop me a thumbs up. Stay tuned on my channel, there's always more to come. Thanks for watching, stay safe and healthy, and of course, peace out.